Okay, the new Jarvis in this Avengers Twilight book is actually Red Skull, and he's about to take over America, and I believe this is a mixture of Tony Stark armor with Ultron armor. I'm like, what? This is Avengers Twilight issue 4, and a lot of people on my YouTube channel have been asking for the next issue, so here we go. This was a pretty awesome issue, and the Avengers are totally back. So we pick up at the end of the last issue where we see the raft, right? And Cap is fighting James, Tony Stark's son, right? And they start fucking shooting missiles and shit, and the raft is getting exploded. Cap starts beating the shit out of James. He's like, stay down, James. And Thor comes in, he's like, Cap, what do you want me to do? The Thunder God is here. Part of the US government starts blowing up the raft and shit, and Cap's like, listen, Thor, you need to take out those fucking gunships, just like Marvel Alliance, right? And save these people. You see, blowing up all these fucking ships and these jets. James fucking leaves and he feels terrible. You could feel like he regrets this shit. Thor's about to chase him and Cap's like, nah, we gotta let him go because I need you here to fight this war. And he needs to think about what he's done. He's almost like a fucking child. Cap starts bringing in the people who got injured in the fight or whatever. And then this chick named Rosa, I guess Cap and her dated in the past. Let me know who this chick is. Maybe she's a new character. And he apologizes for everything. And she's like, listen, I don't care. Just save all these people as much as you can. We gotta win this war. They get Tony's head, right? What's left of Tony Stark. And Thor uses his powers to wake him up. Using his lightning, you see Tony's face going, ah! Like he wakes the fuck up. And I thought that was kind of hilarious. And he's like, what happened? Where am I? Like, where's my son at? Like, what is he doing right now? And this is when we find out that Tony Stark pretty much explains that the new Jarvis is actually Red Skull in disguise. And he's confused his son about taking over the whole US government and pretty much becoming like a Nazi camp pretty much. And that's when we see James right here fixing his suit, trying to make it to improve it. And eventually Jarvis or Red Skull tells James like, I'm the Red Skull and we're gonna work together to take over the US government and you're gonna be my henchman. And he says, you're my son as well. Tony's not your father. And I don't know if that's true or not. I'm gonna wait until we get more confirmation on that. Cap is practicing his shield throws and shit, and we see Tony's new fucking body with just his head and everything robotic, and he asks his Cap like, where's Jan at? Like, boss, like what happened since H Day? Tony explains like what he remembers is that like he beat Ultron and Hulk, but then he started getting attacked from the US government because they were sick of everyone dying, and he had a plan. They did as well, and pretty much that's all they remember. So that's probably when Tony died, and he just feels terrible about it. If Jan's dead, we got to avenge her. On the news, we see these new fake Avengers pretty much explaining to the world like, yeah, we're the Avengers, we'll take out the old guys. So the old Avengers squad breaks into the Avengers mansion, and now we see Tony in his fucking suit again. And the Avengers mansion looks exactly the same as how they left it. They're going through the fucking, like the bottom part, like the computer area, and they finally break in, and they gotta get information on Red Skull and what his plans are with everything. When going through the broadcast of these new Avengers, Cap looks and figures out like, dude, these people, these Avengers, they aren't real. They don't exist. They're just fucking computer programs for everyone to see. It's almost like a propaganda stunt. That's when Red Skull comes in. He's like, I'm taking over America, bitch, and you guys are fucked. And he blows up the Avengers mansion. Right before that happens, though, Thor fucking just says, all right, I gotta get out of here, and just busts right through the wall, grabbing the new Hawkeye and getting the fuck out of there. Tony sticks there, though, to get more plans of what Red Skull's first attack gonna be at, and he stays in the Avengers mansion and he blows up inside of it. Tony lives, but we find out that he took over the president and the US government. It's pretty much over already. That's when you see this. I'm like, whoa.